There's a specific sound a phone makes in the middle of the night. It's louder than it should be, sharper, like it doesn't belong to the world you're in. When my phone rang at 2:41 a.m., I knew, before I even looked, that my life was about to change. I just didn't know how far back the change had already started. My brother Daniel wasn't reckless. He wasn't careless. He wasn't the type of person accidents happen to. He planned everything. Routes, time, even conversations. He believed that if you controlled enough details, nothing could surprise you. That belief died with him. The day Daniel died, he called me twice. The first call was normal. Too normal. He asked how my day was, asked about work, talked about nothing. The second call came just before sunset. He asked me something strange. If someone told you they saw something impossible, he said, would you believe them? I laughed. He didn't. The police said the rain blurred the road markings. They said the skid marks suggested panic. They said his phone showed no outgoing calls after 8:17 p.m. What they didn't explain was why his seat was pushed so far back, or why the passenger side mirror was shattered inward, or why the car radio was still on when they found him, tuned to static. At the funeral, I stood beside his casket and noticed something missing. His phone. When I asked about it, the funeral director said it had been turned off and sealed with his belongings. Battery removed. I watched them do it. I remember thinking, good, at least that part of him is quiet now. The first night after the funeral, my phone buzzed. Not rang, buzzed. A notification appeared, then vanished before I could read it. No message history, no alert. I told myself grief was playing tricks on me. That was the lie I held onto the longest. 3 nights later, I was still awake. I hadn't slept properly since the accident. When my phone rang at 2:41 a.m., I felt something tighten in my chest. I looked. Daniel's name, Daniel's picture, Daniel's number, a number I had watched them shut down. I didn't answer. The ringing stopped, then started again. When I answered, there was silence, then breathing, then my name, slowly, like it hurt to say, please. The voice whispered, don't hang up. I asked him where he was. He didn't answer. Instead, he said something that made my blood go cold. They don't know yet. I asked who. He said, the people who said I was alone. My hands started shaking. There was someone else in the car. The line went dead. I checked my call log. Nothing. No incoming call. No missed call. No voicemail. It was like my phone had erased the conversation the moment it ended. When I returned to the police station, they were polite, calm, professional, until I mentioned the passenger seat. One officer avoided my eyes. Another asked me how much sleep I'd been getting. That's when I knew. They were hiding something. A week later, an anonymous envelope arrived. Inside was a flash drive. No note, just one file. Traffic camera footage. Daniel's car slowed before the crash. Not swerved. Slowed. Like someone had told him to stop. That night, my phone rang again. Same time. 2:41 a.m. This time, I didn't answer. A voicemail appeared, then disappeared. But not before I saw the preview. I'm still here. I don't charge my phone overnight anymore. But sometimes, when the battery is dead, my screen still lights up. Just once. No name. No number. Just a timestamp. 2:41 a.m. They say the dead can't make phone calls. But no one ever explains how the phone knows when to ring, or why some calls never stop trying to get through.